Hey guys, this is the Ultimate Warrior, and in this video I wanted to give my review on Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, normally when I have these reviews or pre-impressions that I like to do, I usually run it on my Vita. I usually film it on my Vita and just let the camera stay on the game the whole time. But if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I mentioned that my Vita likes to cut off halfway, or not even halfway, but like 3 or 4 minutes in. And I just didn't feel like taking that risk and having to start it over. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. If it was up to me, I'd much rather just film this the whole time rather than you guys seeing my ugly mug. But nevertheless, I will hop right into it. Now, to start, I did not like how this game was a timed exclusive, meaning, Xbox One got it first, and then it didn't come to the Vita. Not the Vita. I wish it came to the Vita, but it didn't come to the PlayStation 4 until 1 year later. So, just from that, I didn't even want to buy the game. But I've always wanted to play Tomb Raider since the reboot originally happened. So eventually I figured, you know what, I'll get it. And if you noticed on here, this is pre-owned, so it's not like Square Enix got any money from it anyway, which I kind of feel bad, but they'll be alright. Hey, it's always good to save money. But, nevertheless, I played it. And my thoughts on it? Wow, this game is really good. Like, I really enjoyed this game. I was sad that the game ended, but, it had to end so I could play other games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse, which I will probably play after this video. Or the next video if I do another video after this. But I was sad that it ended, and it was I can't remember how long it took me to beat the game. I kind of just played it for about maybe 4 days, like when I had the time. Maybe about 20 hours. Probably even more than that. I'm not too sure. Because it's some grinding in the game to collect resources and to, level up in there so you can unlock certain skills. It's kind of like Far Cry 3 in a way. But I did not mind it. I mean, the only thing that really bugged me was for some reason, like, I don't like hunting, I'm not a hunter. I don't even like fishing because I'm a big softy, and I don't want to hurt the animals. I have no problem eating an animal if it's already dead and cooked. We thank you for your service. But I'm not the type of person that wants to go hunt, a live animal or fish. So having to like shoot deers, I kind of felt bad, or shooting squirrels or whatnot, bunny rabbits. I didn't like that, but I knew going into it that it was Tomb Raider, and even after a while, I got over it. Yeah, I'm kind of like the type of person that will apologize, like, I'm sorry. But after you do that for a while, you know, you just kind of deal with it. So yeah, that's me. But surprisingly, I have no problem playing Grand Theft Auto and like running people over in there. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah. But the hunting mechanism was fun. I find that I prefer to use my arrow most of the time. On animals or even just humans. I don't know, just the whole arrow thing that's really I guess emphasized in this video game, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed upgrading my arrow as often as I could and having it be more accurate and hold it like the whole time be longer. That was a fun mechanism, and yeah, that was pretty interesting because I don't really play with bows in video games. The only game I could think of using a bow in is the exploding arrows in like the Black Ops series. But other than that, I really don't fool with them. Um, Story, it had a good story to it. It reminded me a lot of Uncharted, like the Uncharted series, minus Golden Abyss, where you have some type of supernatural creature. And yes, I know that Tomb Raider came first, but Uncharted was the first thing I could think of. Just getting that out the way. But I really like the whole keeping the a secret to whatever immortal life or healing or something like that, and having to fight the supernatural creatures that protect it or that just happen to be around as a result of this newfound power or key to immortal life. Um, about that story, well, this is gonna have spoilers in it, obviously, but I was a little bit sad towards the end where uh, Lara, she destroys the crystal, whatnot. But in her situation, I guess I can understand why. But it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if the lady, I can't remember her name, the traitor, actually got immortal life and Lara used it on herself to see how that would have been like. Um, so yeah, one thing I will say I wish this game had is I wish it had more enemies. I don't know about you, but I feel like this game was very scarce on enemies. When you did have scenes where the enemies seemed to come non-stop, or not non-stop, but you seem to have like a multitude of enemies you gotta fight. It I kind of felt like that the fights didn't last as long as I would like it to, where you just kind of wonder when is it going to end. Me, I like to fight like a whole bunch of hordes of enemies, so that was one thing I wish this game would have made more use of, especially with all the different weapon types. And I like to use my bow, and it sucked that it wasn't enough enemies to just use a whole variety of weapons. But I don't know, that's just me. But that's one thing I made sure to note in my mind before I made this video. Another thing about the boss, I think what was his name? Constantine with a K. I'll admit he was a good boss. I enjoyed his story. Having the whole kind of religious fanatic trying to gain power. I like those type of stories, so he was interesting. I wish he could have been a little bit more brutal. Well, the dude, he kind of mashed someone's eyes out, so that was pretty brutal. But kind of wish he displayed more of that, or maybe it's probably just his voice actor. I kind of wanted the voice to kind of vex me some. Just to have that 100%, freaked out vibe. I mean, the voice actor, he was good. He played the part well, but for someone like him, I was kind of hoping for someone with like a deeper, more mysterious voice. I kind of think of like the main enemy from the Darkness too, or Raul Menendez from Black Ops 2, I think. Yeah, Black Ops 2. But yeah, maybe that's just me, but maybe the voice actor could have been different. But at the same time, it was probably good because he was the type of guy, you kind of heard his backstory. So it kind of normalizes him. So if they were going for that angle to make him seem like, well, he was a normal guy at first, he's just trying to help his sister, then that's understandable, in my opinion. So You know, it didn't make or break the story. He was still a good actor regardless. But, you know, that's just me. But I really enjoyed the villain. Like I said, I wish I could have seen a few more brutal moments. I like the plot twist of his sister, you know, betraying Lara. Um, oh, sorry, that is my phone. I will call her later. That's my friend. Yeah, sorry, friend. Um, where was I? Yeah, I'll call her later. But, oh yeah, the traitor. So I enjoy, you know, the little plot twist of, I guess, Lara's so called or would be stepmother. The ending, though, I know it was elaborating towards a sequel, but I didn't like the way that, I can't remember the lady's name, but the way that she was killed just kind of suddenly and whatnot. If anything, I would have liked to see her, Lara, kind of take her out. Or even if she decides to forgive her, then at least wait until the conversation was over before. Sorry, or at least wait until the conversation was over before taking her out. Because I would have liked to see more of her story, and that's another thing. You know, I didn't think of this beforehand, but it would have been cool to see some flashbacks to her and her brother Constantine's childhood, to see how that's like, to see how manipulative she is. And one thing I noted, I might have not been paying attention, but in one of the tapes that you find, like, the sister mentions that she pretty much made Constantine think he was chosen by God as a child. I don't know how she did it, I think exactly, but it's just, she just kind of mentions that, well, I made him believe this gave him strength. And then, like, after you hear that tape, Lars just goes, well, your sister betrayed you. And I don't ever recall in the entire video game, other than the tape where she finds out that the sister is kind of manipulating things. I don't know, it might have been there and I don't remember, but if it was there, it was not emphasized enough for Lara to kind of say that. It makes me wonder, would the dialogue been different had she not found the tape? But I don't know. That's just an interesting thing to note. Um, but yeah, I really love the exploring in this game. You know, usually now, especially nowadays, when I beat a game, I trade it in as soon as I can to get all the store credit I can. So, you know, keep the circle of life or the circle of gaming, you know, continuing, so I can get my games for cheaper. Like the other day, I traded in Battlefield 1, and then before that, Mafia 3. Well, I really wanted to trade in Tomb Raider. It was in me to trade in this game to get about $40 for it. Especially while, you know, there's like a 50%, there was a 50% trade in bonus going in at GameStop. Like yesterday and the day before. But, you know, as much as I thought about it, I just can't let this game go right now. Like, for one, just look at it. If you haven't seen one of my previous videos on it, the case is actually a book of, like, pictures from, or artwork from, like, different people and fans and whatnot, I think. So, yeah. If you're interested in seeing the images, then check out my video on that I made. So yeah, you really don't see cases like this where it includes like a limited edition art book like within the case. So just on that alone, I was tempted to keep it. I don't know if the Xbox had anything like this when this came out, but this is really cool. And I feel like I'd be sad if I traded it in. But, you know, aside from like the cool storage case, like well, or this is like one of the only games that I've played that I actually want to go back and explore more when it comes to like adventure games. Like with the Uncharted games, you know, I'll try my best to kind of find all of the relics and stuff, you know, the gems, or not gems, but just the lost treasures. And but I don't go back and try to find those things once the game is over. Once I end the story, that's it. I don't really care to go back and find any of the other stuff. But this game, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, is like, I may not get to it now or even in the next few months, but I feel like I would love to just go back and just find the recordings, tape recordings, or like the stuff that was written down by people a while ago, or just, you know, just relics of the past, and try to find inscriptions on them. And just, you know, exploring caves, because a lot of those caves you can't access them early on in the game. You have to wait till you get certain supplies to do that. So I would just really love to go back and explore, and to just pretty much level up Lara when I have some extra time. Again, it'll probably be a few months down the road, but that's definitely a game I would like to come back to. Maybe even a year later. And if I don't, I still just want to keep it because it's a game that I think is worth having in my collection for now. Especially because of the limited edition book, like art book slash storage case. Just the way it looks. You know, it'd be nice to show people that want to come in and see my gaming collection. So yeah, I didn't make that choice lightly to keep it. I really gave it some thought. But the replay value, I think it is kind of there. One thing that does disappoint me is apparently I don't think it has like a new game plus where you get to keep all of your upgrades. I think you can go back to different chapters if you want to play them, but I don't think you keep your upgrades, which that's, if there was going to be a reason I traded it in, that would be the main reason. And believe me, I thought about doing it because of that. I don't know, if there is some type of new game plus on there, just let me know, and you know, I'll be forever grateful to you, or you know, just very grateful. But to my knowledge, I don't think that it has that, so I'm not going to be playing that anytime soon. Partly because of that reason, and because I just got a huge backlog. But you know, I think overall it's a wonderful game. And I absolutely enjoyed it. If I had to give it, or if I had to like rate it 1 out of 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, you know, I would give it a solid 8. Maybe even 8.5 and a half, 8.6. But yeah, it would be in around the 8 range, you know. It's a great story from beginning to end with a decent cliffhanger. Like, I am looking forward to playing the next Tomb Raider, and maybe even pre-ordering that if they decide to release it around the same time as Xbox. You know, if not, if it's another time exclusive, then, you know, I'll just buy it used again. So, I don't know, but I do hope the next one isn't a timed exclusive, because I really want to play the sequel to this, and I hope it comes out within the next couple of years. Um, yeah, would I recommend this game? Absolutely. Get it for Christmas, you know, watch the Let's Play. You'll probably enjoy it too. The graphics are good. You know, the music is decent. I enjoyed the music. You know, the exploration is great at its best. I enjoyed the exploration more here than in the Uncharted series, or at least all of them except for 2. But even then, I think the exploration in Rise of the Tomb Raider is better than the one in Uncharted 2. I don't know how to give that one some thought, but for now, let's just go with that. Um, yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. It is a great game from beginning to end. And I don't think that there's much more I can say. Um, yeah, so it's been over 20 minutes now. So, with that being said, I guess I'll end the video right here and either play Xenoverse 2 or go get something to drink and do a drink test video next. But yeah, sorry I held you out for so long, and if you happen to like this video or you are a fan of video games slash Ultimate game stuff, or even drink testing, then feel free to check out the rest of my channel. And if you happen to like what you see, then please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, do what you gotta do, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.